I thought my love could never harm him. I was wrong. The day I found these words in his journal, I will honor him alive, my father, so I can spend the rest of my life with you. I realized I had created a monster. My son, my firstborn, now looked at me not as his mother, but as his obsession. Parents, this is not just a story. This is my warning. What I am about to tell you could save your child from a path there is no returning from. My name is Adaeze, and this is how my blind love destroyed my son. Before I share my story, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. This channel is dedicated to real African stories that carry powerful lessons, and trust me, you don't want to miss what I am about to reveal. After 7 years of marriage without a child, the mockery from my mother-in-law was unbearable. Even a chicken lays egg, she would say to my face. Every month brought new disappointments until finally, after almost a decade of prayers and tears, I held my miracle in my hands. Jelani was perfect. 10 fingers, 10 toes, and eyes that seemed to hold all the wisdoms of our ancestors. The nurses said they had never seen a newborn so alert, so aware. As I cradled him against my chest, I made a vow. No harm will ever come to you. I will protect you with everything I have. Little did I know that the greatest harm would come from that very promise. The day we returned from the hospital, I gathered every house help and relative under my roof. Listen carefully, I said, my voice steady but my eyes fierce. This child is my miracle. Anyone who mistreats him, anyone who as much as raises their voice at him, you will answer to me. My husband Chijioke stood beside me, nodding in agreement, though I could see concern in his eyes. Adaeze, he whispered later that night, a child needs discipline as much as love. Not my son, I replied. Not after everything we went through to have him. As Jalani grew, so did my devotion. When he was 3, he would follow me everywhere, crying if I left his sight even for a minute. While other mothers encouraged independence, I cherished his attachment. It's not healthy, Chijioke would say. A child needs to develop their own identity. But I saw his dependency as proof of our special bond. He is just showing how much he loves me, I had replied. Don't be jealous. What I didn't realize then was that love, when unchecked, can become something else entirely, something dangerous. When Jelani turned 7, I still bathed him myself. I never thought twice about being undressed around him. He was my child after all, innocent and pure. When he pointed at my body and asked questions, I answered casually, sometimes even playfully. Mommy, what are these? He would ask, pointing at my chest. Those are mommy's breasts, I would reply without hesitation. The day my mother visited us, she was horrified. Adaeze, you shower with your son? At this age? Her voice echoed through the house. Do you know what you are doing to that boy's mind? Mama, please. I dismissed her. He's just a child. He doesn't understand. Behind us, Chijioke's voice came low and serious. I've been telling her the same thing for years. I ignored them both. By the time Jelani turned 15, something had changed. The sweet boy who once followed me around had grown taller than me. His voice deep, his eyes different. The school kept calling, Mrs. Adaeze, Jelani has threatened another male teacher. Mrs. Adaeze, your son punched a boy who was helping you carry groceries. I defended him each time. He is just protective, I would say. He's a strong young man. But the incident that should have opened my eyes happened on a sweltering afternoon. Our neighbor, Mr. Okonkwo, had stopped by to drop off some mangoes from his farm. As beautiful as always, Adaeze, he smiled, handing me the basket. Before I could thank him, Jelani appeared from nowhere, shoving Mr. Okonkwo against our gates with such force that the older man fell. Don't ever speak to her like that again, Jelani growled, standing over him like a predator. That night, Chijioke confronted me. This isn't normal, Adaeze. Can't you see? He doesn't act like a son. He acts like a jealous lover. His words stung, but I dismissed them. You are exaggerating. He's just at that difficult age. But a voice inside me was growing louder. What if Chijioke was right? Still, I continued allowing Jelani's behavior. When he started bringing me wildflowers and calling me his queen, I blushed and accepted them. When he insisted on eating dinner alone with me while Chijioke worked late, I agreed. And then came the day I found his journal. Before I tell you what I discovered, something that still makes my blood run cold, I want you to pause and think. Are there boundaries you've let slip with your children? Lines that have blood? Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts. And if you are finding value in this story, please hit that like button and share it. What I am about to review might save another family from the nightmare mine endured. Now, back to what happened next. I was cleaning Jelani's room when I found it. A black notebook tucked between his mattress and bed frame. I should have respected his privacy, but something urged me to look inside. The first page read, My Queen Adaeze, with hearts drawn around my name. I smiled, thinking it was sweet, until I turned the page. She belongs only to me. My father is in the way. My hands began to shake as I flipped through more pages. When he is gone, we will be together forever. I see how she looks at me when we are alone. No woman will ever compare to her. Then, the final entry, dated just 2 days earlier, read, I will honor him alive, my father, so I can spend the rest of my life with her. I dropped the journal as if it had burnt me. What had I done? What monster had I created with my love? That evening, as I prepared dinner, Jelani cornered me in the kitchen. Chijioke was working late as usual. Mama, he said, his voice unnervingly soft. I need to tell you something important. My heart raced as I remembered the journal. What is it? I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. I love you, he said. Not like a son should love his mother. I'm in love with you, Mama. I backed away, hitting the counter behind me. Jelani, stop this nonsense right now. I am your mother. His eyes darkened. We are meant to be together. I've seen how you look at me. All these years, the way you've treated me. When I reached for my phone to call Chijioke, Jelani slammed his fist on the counter. Why are you calling him? He is always between us. What happened next still haunts my nightmares. Jelani moved toward me, blocking my path to the door. His eyes, the same eyes that had once looked at me with childish innocence, now held something dark and possessive. I've waited so long, he whispered. All those nights you slept beside me when father was away. All those mornings we showered together. I felt sick. Every memory of our closeness, every boundary I had ignored, they all came rushing back, twisted into something sinister. Jelani, listen to me, I pleaded. This is wrong. What you are feeling isn't love. It is confusion. I am your mother. He reached for me, but just then, the front door opened. Chijioke had come home early. Seeing my terrified face, he rushed between us. What's happening here? Before I could answer, Jelani lunged at his father. She's mine. She has always been mine. It took 3 neighbors to pull Jelani off Chijioke. When the police arrived, my son, my firstborn, my miracle, was handcuffed and taken away, screaming my name. That night, as the doctor stitched the gash above Chijioke's eye, my husband didn't yell or blame me. He simply looked at me with eyes full of sorrow and said, I tried to warn you, Adaeze. Love without boundaries isn't love at all. It's been 2 years since that night. Jelani is in a specialized facility receiving therapy for what doctors call emotional and psychological confusion resulting from improper boundary development. In simple terms, I failed him. My fear of losing his love, my need to keep him close, my refusal to set proper boundaries, this created a distorted reality in his mind. Chijioke and I are in therapy too, rebuilding our marriage piece by piece. Some days are harder than others. There are moments when I still catch myself thinking, if only I had listened sooner. To every parent watching this, especially those blessed after years of waiting, remember this. The greatest act of love isn't keeping your child dependent on you. It is preparing them to live without you. Love your children fiercely, but love them rightly. Set boundaries. respect their personhood, and never ever confuse your need for their love with what is truly best for them. Gilani's doctors say he's making progress. They believe that with continued therapy, he can develop healthy relationships in the future. But the damage I have done, the years I can't give back to him, that's the burden I'll carry forever. If this story touched you, please share it with parents who need to hear it. Subscribe to my channel for more real African stories with powerful lessons. And remember, sometimes the most dangerous love isn't too little, it is too much, given the wrong way. I am Adaeze, and this is my warning to you. Love your children enough to let them go.